good morning, dear friends, dear colleagues, dear students, dear volunteers, dear youth workers, dear colleagues from European Commission and friends from your delegation. I'm basically flattered and honored to open up today's discussion, and I'm pretty much sure that this meeting with youth organizations, and particularly the effort that we are putting up today, is going to be another addition to the general policy of the European Union in work with the civil society and the media. I'm Armin Akminasyans. I'm representing ASG Yerevan, one of the co-organizers of this meeting. And today we are going to have quite an intense agenda, so I would really not like to put up too much attention now to the very nice and fancy opening words, thus proceeding mostly only to the event itself. And after the opening remarks, I will have an opportunity also to present a bit of format, because as you can see, we have a very distinguished panel of speakers today representing various sections. So,
this issue in Armenia, because there are many domestic violence cases, a lot of especially physical violence cases, and around 10 women average annually are murdered, mostly by their husbands or other male family members.
I don't want to talk a lot about the correlation between the well-developed economies and higher education, but our organization believes that we can build a strong economy if we will have qualified higher education and general education.
I have looked through the document, especially the youth part. I mean, I did look to the culture and sport aspect as well, but honestly saying that it's kind of not my field of expertise. But I can say that from the impression that we got, it was a bit of a very repetitive events, collection of nice wishes and events, very much reminding us of a Soviet-style cultural and sports event.
So Armenia has corruption, of course, but it's not extraordinarily high. But when you look at the perception of corruption, it's like 3 times higher. Armenians think that the country is much more corrupt than it actually is. And I think there's a reason for that, and I think it's the size of the country.
And for me, it is extremely important now, going back to each country and going back each one of us to our desks, that we are doing our homework properly. And what this means, it means that we have to look into what we already do in the first place, but also what we plan to do in order to have a set of actions which would be, I think, beneficial to, and we call it youth. Actually, it is not about youth, it is very much about our joint future. Because when we're talking about youth, it's not actually the people, the individuals who are here or people who are beyond this world. We are really talking of how, in a country, in a region, in the European Union, we can create space for the development of our joint future.
so if you need any further information about the follow-up, how we are going to proceed with the discussions and generally with the conclusions that we have made up and what type of recommendations we are building up, you are always open up to and welcome to contact directly with all of us. And we'll be happy also to have these separate and sectorial discussions over the topics we less or more touched upon today. Thank you a lot for all coming. I and all the co-organizers, the colleagues of your delegation, wish you a very good afternoon and a very good week ahead here. Thank you.